What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid00 here with what I do believe is my 5th tournament diary now. Don't count me on that, it's been about a month and a half since I last filmed one, so I've lost count. But either way, as the title up there suggests, I'm back with my wind-up deck for the first time. Well, for the first time with the tournament. I played it at today's tournament, coming 4th, after losing the first round to Agents, just mainly due to drawing 3 factories in my opening hand and 2 factories in the next, which was just absolutely awful. I just couldn't get anything off, and just he had the ungodly perfect hand both games, so nothing I could do in that game. Game 2, I played up against... What did I play least, do you know? Either way, I'm not entirely sure what I played for Game 2. I won that game, following on to Game 3, which, well, basically I won out after losing the first game. I know that round 5, I played against... Dragons, and round 4 I ended up playing against kind of a Machina Gadget beatdown. It wasn't even gadgets, it was like Machina and like Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon and just loads of dark, like the kind of Dark Salvo engine, but it was just a high beta anti-meta Gear Town based deck. I couldn't really make out what it was, used some Lightsworn stuff. It gave me a run for my money because my deck doesn't deal well with high betas, so either way I'm going to give you a deck profile, and this is going to change a lot, so I'm probably going to put up a second build in a little while. But this is the deck I ran, and I'll tell you what I take out. The rabbits I really enjoyed for comboing with my dualities, recharging my effects, and just generally kind of getting factory shenanigans. But overall, I would now take this down to a tech, because I really didn't like having more than one in the deck. So I'm going to take rabbit down to 1. Regrettable, because I worked really hard to get the 3, but 3 is too many. 3 is too many. I ran 3 rat. Rat was faultless. Rat is amazing. Like, a lot of people have been saying, oh, it's really bad when you draw into it. It's amazing when you draw into it. Because this is another tour guide. This lets the deck run 6 tour guides. Why wouldn't you run, like, having it in hand really isn't bad. Because ultimately I found myself in a lot of situations where I had Shark Engrave, and I would just go rat, shark, and make a Leviathan, and swing over any trouble I had. Or, I mean, in a tough spot, rat, shark, make Zen Mighty, get a kitten, and bounce any problems I had. So 3 rat was definitely absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, I managed to pull my 3rd one in some random packs we bought, so I managed to finally finish the deck before the tournament, because we only had 2. Well, technically Lisa pulled it, I bought her packs, and then she pulled it. Either way, next up I ran 3 shark. Shark is an absolutely amazing card. We shouldn't have got this. I don't know why Konami gave us this, but 3 shark is absolutely nutty. I ran 3 magician. I bumped it up from 2 because just 3 magician and 3 shark is absolutely nutty, because you just go open magician, special shark, magician's effect activates, you get anything you want. You can go hand loop off of that, you can do anything. 3 magicians is just the way to go. They're very vulnerable to what are they called? Veilers, but ultimately it's a play you've got to try and make. This is kind of a deck where you've really got to kind of lock your head and run and just hope they don't have Veiler, because you can't play cautious that much with this deck. I played the 1 Hunter and the 1 Kitten as my techs. Kitten is amazing. A lot of people don't run Kitten, but literally it's the fact that this card is so accessible. You just special summon it in defense mode and you can solve any problem that's sat in front of you, usually. Like, I was killing Xyzes and Synchros left, right, and centre with this card just by specialing it and bouncing them. I played up against a dragon deck, and I managed to get him to burn out most of his resources, re-special summoning his Darkness Metals. So this card was absolutely nutty. So, and Hunter just for the hand loop, no other reason. I hate it as a card to draw, but as a hand, you gotta have it for the hand loop. Next up, I ran 2 tour guides because I only had 2 tour guides and a Sangan. Having 2 tour guides lost me game 1 because I could have wiped his field. Well, I could have cleaned the field and won off of a tour guide play, but the tour guide and the other tour guide and the Sangan were both in my grave already, so I couldn't get another play off another tour guide, and I couldn't make the play to clear the field, so that tour guide was dead. So I'm gonna have to pick up a 3rd one. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to spring out the cash because you can't run it at 2. You really realistically can't. Then I ran 1 Maxi and 2 Veilers as my hand traps. The Veilers were flawless, and the Maxi was kind of flawless. After going up against dragons, I didn't like it, but it was okay. It was okay. Oh yeah, I played up against Crystal Beast round 2, and I lost game 1. because I wasn't really concentrating, I thought Crystal Beasts were going to be a walk in the park, and they managed to like game me with a Hamon and a Rainbow Dragon. So like I made that mistake, and then game 2 and game 3 I managed to win out. As for the other hand traps, I ran 1 Gauze and 1 Trag. I much preferred Tragodia over Gauze with this deck, but my new build that I'm planning won't have as much card advantage, so I might reconsider taking the Tragodia out. We'll see how it goes in testing. But that was my monster lineup all the same. On to spells, we had the staple Reborn and Dark-Hole, the Heavy Storm, the Book of Moon, I'm just dropping everything everywhere, the Mind Control, the 2 MSTs, the 2 Dualities, which I'm going to take out if I take out the Rabbits, so you'll see those go. Avarice, I'll keep that because it's absolutely crazy unless you recycle your plays. 1, 2, and 3 factories. I'm looking for an English one if anyone's got one, just so I've got an English copy for when I play people who don't know what it does, which I did today because there was a lot of low skill players. I'll say that. I ran 1 Salvage for recycling my Zen Mighties and my Sharks, absolutely faultless. And as a troll card, I ran Level Limit Area B. I loved this card when I drew it. I drew it like twice, but it was absolutely nuts when I did draw it, because the deck just has so many advantages in the fact that most of the monsters are level 3 anyway, and then all of your Xyzes are ranks, not levels, so you can just go nuts under this card. So absolutely crazy to run wind-ups. I definitely tell people to run it. It's really good fun. And then next up for the trap lineup, I only ran 4 traps. I'm probably going to consider changing this and bumping up a few more traps. But it was the Torrential, 2 Warnings, and the Solemn Judgment. Nothing to say there. On to the extra deck. This is pretty much exactly the same as my last video. It was the 2 Zen mains, because Zen mains is awesome. And this deck makes them like they're going out of fashion. 3 Zen Mighty. Actually, this Zen mains was really fun because round 3, I played up against that high beta deck that had 3 errands in it. So they kept bouncing these, but I kept remaking them, and I absolutely wrecked him just by remaking them continually. The 3 Zen Mighties for the loop. I looped twice. Once in time, which won me that game, once in the round before that. But I didn't loop enough with this deck, which is a problem, which is why I'm reworking the consistency. But yeah, I absolutely love them. Even on their own, they're absolutely great cards. For the otherwise, I ran 1 Leviair, 2 Leviathans. I loved running the Leviathans. They were problem solvers for high beat stuff. Absolutely amazing. Utopia won me my game in time. Absolutely faultless. And then I ran the staple synchros of this lot. I managed to Brionac, a 5-headed dragon, 2 Realized Darkness Metals, and a Zenmeister. Just by I had Reaper on the field, and he had that field, and he couldn't get past the Reaper, and he left a Delta Flyer on the field that he'd revived one of the Darkness Metals, and I managed to mind control the Delta Flyer and just go into Brionac, dump my hand, bounce the field, and attack the game, which was great fun. No, I lost that round actually, but it was a worthy gambit, but just otherwise I lost out to just not having the resources later on. I miscalculated. Moving on to the side deck, I ran 2 T-Kings, which were amazing. 2 Reapers, which were just as amazing. The 2 Kaikus, which didn't see any play. I don't like them. The Crow, which saw no play, because I didn't play Insectors because I lost my first round, and all the Insector players won their first round. The extra MST, which didn't see any play because no one sided good enough against me. Smashing Horn, in case I played Rabbits and things like that. 2 Chain Disappearances for the Insector matchup. These saw a lot of play against Agents, but otherwise I still didn't win the game. He just kept on having the nuts. I don't know what was going on. A friend of mine thought they saw him stacking. I just don't know. And then I ran the 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for Insectors as well, which of course didn't see any play because all the Insector players top 3'd. Actually, no, one of them blacked out. One of them went 3-2. So at least I managed to beat one of the Insector players, I guess. Either way, that's been my wind-up deck, my tournament deck profile for, I think, Tournament 5 now. Oh, and this is my new mat. You're going to be seeing a bit more of it. So I much prefer it on the camera to the Samurai mat. Managed to get this off of MCOL40's mat sale, so I'm really satisfied with it. Amazing quality. So yeah, guys, this has been Jamie the Kid. Stay tuned for some more deck profiles coming up tonight. See you in a bit.